Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we are back playing Genshin and we are wrapping up Lantern Rite with a quick little side trip to Chaoying Village to try and catch up with Hu Tao and see what is waiting for us with her.
We didn't have anything else to do today, right? Why don't we go have a look around? Maybe we'll run into her.
Alright, let's see where she is. See what she's up to out here.
Feel like she could float around all day and never get tired. Cream! Gummies! Fuel fruit! Huh?
Oh my.
Did you hear that? Sunshine! Blue skies! Good vibes!
I heard it.
I wasn't just hearing things. That voice sounds really familiar. Well, we've got the time. Why don't we go check it out?
Yeah, let's go see what's going on. Almonds this and cocoa paste that. Sounds delicious for sure.
What are they doing here?
What?
Jack, around!
Well, if it isn't my dear
This is such a surprise.
I told you that something good was going to happen during our travels today.
It's just your lucky day.
Are you guys also here to catch the festivities? Oh, and that reminds me. Happy Lantern Rite!
Happy Lantern Rite.
Wait, if you're here for Lantern Rite, then what are you doing on top of this deserted mountain? And that voice we heard, that was you, right, Navia?
Oh, impressive. You could tell it was me from that far away. You've got good ears.
That or your voice is just really loud.
Well, of course it is. After all, I'm a boss.
Indeed. I suppose it's an asset.
Sure is. Having a loud voice is a handy tool when it comes to
So true.
communication. Wait. That wasn't even Paimon's point. Paimon just wants to know why you two were shouting from the top of this deserted mountain. There was something
Yeah,
about
that's a good question.
and buell fruit?
No, it's not a code. The words are meaningless.
Okay.
Perhaps. But the act of shouting was very meaningful indeed.
What is that
Just
meaning?
what mountain climbers do, right? After all the hard work it takes to make it to the top, as you stand on the summit looking out at the vast scenery, it's not easy to resist the urge to release those emotions.
Okay, so it's not what you were shouting that matters, but the act of shouting itself.
Exactly.
Okay.
You get me, partner. I was afraid that it would cause a disturbance, so I asked the locals around here, and they said it was fine. Apparently,
Okay.
most hikers like to shout when they get to the top, so the locals are used to it by now.
Interesting.
So, you see, it's not just me. I guess everyone shouts from the top of a mountain at some point in their life.
Honestly, sounds kind of therapeutic.
Speak for yourself.
When you're stressed, don't you ever just get the urge to do something for no reason?
Not really. If I ever get stressed, I just go home.
Oh,
As long as Paimon has clothes on her back and food in her belly, Paimon doesn't think there's any stress that needs relieving.
and I prefer to keep things bottled up. Traveler, that is not
I bet you
healthy.
guys are just too embarrassed to let loose. No need to be shy. Even Furina was shouting from the top of this mountain earlier.
Wait, really?
Huh? Did Paimon hear that right?
Everyone's here. That's so fun.
Believe in your ears. It is indeed as you heard. Actually, the reason we climbed this mountain in the first place was also because we heard the sound of shouting.
Yes.
Everyone's just climbing up here and
someone yelling
yelling.
things like, "Help me!" and "What should I do?"
Oh.
So we hurried up here to check it
Oh
out.
my, that's not
What do
good.
you know? Miss Furina was standing right there, all red in the face. She
Oh.
practically sprinted back down the mountain the minute she saw us.
Ah, that
Okay.
reminds me. I believe what she actually said was, "So help me, I will figure out
okay.
what I should do about this
Whew,
script."
I was a little worried about her there for a minute.
You could actually hear what she was saying? Why didn't you say so earlier? I thought someone was really in trouble.
I figured we would come check out the situation either way. Why not let her keep some privacy?
Oh, seems like you caught Furina in the middle of some
Yeah.
stress relief as well. She probably would have never thought. No, she definitely would have never thought she would run into anyone she knew all the way out here.
Was she alone?
I think so. We ran into Nervalet on the way here as well, but he was
Oh
already
my gosh,
on his way
everyone's
back,
just
so
visiting.
they probably weren't together.
What? Neverland was here too?
So many people from
What was he doing
Fontaine.
here? It couldn't have been for vacation.
I think it just might have been, actually. But apparently he only stayed for
That's
half
such a
a day
short
before heading back.
vacation.
He's a very busy man.
Neuvillette is not the type to take much time off. Taking even a half day for himself is already a huge step in the right direction. I'm here because I was asked to accompany you. The tea purchase is simply an added bonus of this location.
Sure.
Fontanians in your tea drinking.
Oh, it's not for me. I lost a bet with Ridesley, and now I have to buy him something.
Seems like a fitting gift.
It was just a spur-of-the-moment sort of bet. Ridesley gets really invested in that sort of thing. But he couldn't care less about what he wins in the end.
If only he was that easygoing when it came to talking business. In any case, I'm pretty sure the tea you bought is this region's specialty. What is it called again? Neuvillette even mentioned it earlier.
Sunglow tea, buy 10 boxes, get half off.
Yes, that's the one.
Oh,
You didn't really buy.
I was gonna say, you guys didn't get sucked into this too, right?
Please. Do I look like someone who would fall for that
Definitely
sort of marketing
not.
trap?
That reminds me. You guys said you only came up here because you heard my voice, right? I hope it didn't put you out.
Oh, that's right. Who tells?
Oh yeah, we gotta find her
We
still.
heard that a friend was going to be in Chaoying Village, so we decided to come and see if we could run into her.
Oh dear. We've been chatting for quite some time. I'm sorry for keeping you.
No harm done, partner.
That's good.
We should probably head out and look for Hu Tao.
Yeah, that's
No need
true.
to stay on our account. We just got up here, so we're gonna stay around for a little longer.
So cute.
Go and meet your friend. We can meet up in Chaoying Village later.
Oh, what a pleasant surprise. I love that. Oh my goodness. I forgot that I was also Navia, and I was like, wait, why are there two of her? Let's try and find Hu Tao.
Paimon's not seeing things, is she? Is that Furina standing between Zhongli and Hu Tao?
Judging based on the hat, I say
Wonder what
so.
they're talking about. Zhongli knows a lot of stuff. Maybe he's telling Furina
Ooh,
about
yeah, it could
Chaoying
be.
Village. Oh, or maybe Hu Tao is trying to rope Furina into being one of her clients.
Wanna make a bet?
Hey, this isn't the Fortress of Therapy, but Paimon could be convinced for the right price.
Oh boy.
Let's say loser buys the winner 3 huge bowls of seafood kanji. Since Zhongli is there, Paimon bets things are pretty tame. It's decided then. Paimon votes for tour guide Zhongli.
Alright, I vote for Hustler Hu Tao then.
Wait, let's go see who's right. Good afternoon, Hu Tao, Zhongli, and Furina. Oh, great. Now Paimon's shouting too.
Oh, well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Seems like our luck just keeps on growing.
That we were able to meet you both without prior arrangement must mean that this is quite the serendipitous meeting indeed.
Oh, so both of you are acquainted with the Traveler and Paimon then?
So many chums all in one place.
I'm pretty sure you didn't learn that one from me. I must admit, I'm a bit surprised to see you here, Traveler.
Are you?
But seeing as you're a hero who's been all over to that, it makes sense that you would be well-traveled and well-connected.
That's right.
Since we have found ourselves in each other's company within this fertile land, allow me to take this opportunity to wish you a happy Lantern Rite.
Happy Lantern
It
Rite.
appears you have been to Fontaine then.
Oh
Given
boy,
your
have we.
proclivity to spread good deeds wherever you go. It's no surprise that you would make the acquaintance of a celebrity as illustrious and celebrated as Miss Furina.
That's quite high praise.
Aw.
What I mean to say is, you flatter me, Mr. Zhongli. Although I've built up a certain following within Fontaine, it is no reflection of
Aw.
strength or wisdom. I stand before you right now as nothing more
think she's
than
very
an ordinary
strong,
traveler
for what
in
it's worth.
search of beautiful scenery and creative inspiration. There is definitely more to Mr. Zhongli than meets the eye.
You're no common tourist. I simply won't have you talk about yourself that way.
Oh,
Does that mean Hu Tao also knows?
You may not have heard, friends, but
but
Hu Tao,
Miss Furina is now one of my esteemed clients.
oh.
Yep.
Did you hear that, Paimon?
Okay, you win. Guess Paimon will have to break into the hidden stash
Aw.
at the bottom of her shoe.
Ew, not Paimon, just shoe money.
what's this about winning something?
Don't tell me. You two were placing bets on us.
It was Paimon's idea.
We just saw you guys standing on the side of the road and couldn't help but but take guesses as to what you were talking about.
Oh, I see. That means you, my friend, must have guessed that I was trying to promote my business to Miss Furina.
Well, you know me.
That I do, my friend. What was Paimon's guess then?
Paimon thought Zhongli was showing the newbie around.
By newbie, you mean me, right?
Yes.
If that's the case, then Paimon's guess
Oh.
was also correct.
Oh, that's right. Mr. Zhongli was telling me about some great sightseeing spots in the area.
You see? Paimon was right too. Since both of our guesses were right, there can't be a winner or a loser.
Fine, keep your secret stash
Hey,
then.
don't be upset, traveler. How about this? You buy Paimon a bowl, and Paimon will also buy you a bowl.
Sounds great.
As for the third bowl,
Since I was the subject of the bet, perhaps it should go to me? You know, as a congratulations for the huge deal I just struck.
Alright, I'll buy you a bowl anytime you want.
I was just joking. Anyway, I should be the one treating you. The funeral parlor is about to bring in quite the sum after all.
oh, Paimon almost forgot to ask about the most important question. Something happen recently, Furina?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, you know, with you enlisting the services of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor and all.
Oh, well, yes.
Oh?
Oh,
Oh, that sounds worrying.
I'm so sorry for your loss. Although Paimon may have not known the person, please accept Paimon's deepest...
Whoa, it's not like that, Paimon.
Huh? But Paimon just thought, since you hired the services of a funeral parlor and all...
Really, Paimon? It's not like you don't know me. Do I look like I know anyone who would ask me to coordinate their funeral?
Why
Hu
did...
Tao is simply helping prepare some props for
Okay,
my film.
there we go.
Not
Makes a
too long
lot more
ago,
sense.
I read a collection of horror stories from Liyue. The content was spectacular. In fact, I still feel the need to sleep with the light on even now. Anyway, that's not the point. Now that Fontaine's biggest star has returned to the stage, I figured it's about time the industry enjoyed a breath of fresh air.
You might even call it a breath of fresh air or...
Hey! That's
Oh no.
great. I'll have to remember that.
Don't
for my
use
ad
that.
posters.
Oh, Paimon sees. That makes a lot of sense. So, did you come to Liyue just to enlist the services of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor?
Well, not exactly. My original plan was to just relax and enjoy the sights. But then I ran into Miss Hu Tao and Mr. Zhongli, and well, you know the rest.
Aw,
I suppose it was
nice.
meant to be.
It was a fated meeting indeed.
If you ask me, it's all thanks to that man who stopped to ask for directions.
Oh?
Oh, who was it?
It's someone you know. Wanna take a guess?
It was Nuvolet, wasn't it?
How did you guess that on your first try?
Very impressive, my friend. Your guessing game is spot on today.
We had a little help. One look at the pitiful expression on Farina's face is enough to convince you to leave out the part about the shouting. Oh,
Paimon never thought Neuvillette would be the type to get lost.
yeah, it doesn't
I'm
seem
sure
like him.
he didn't get lost. Even I was able to find my way to this place without any trouble. He was already getting ready to leave by the time I arrived. He just wanted to ask someone about the quickest way to get back to Fontaine.
Okay.
Yup, that's exactly what he asked. This area is full of mountains and rivers. It's normal to not know the fastest route.
For him, the swimming would probably be the fastest route of all.
So, were you the one that pointed him in the right direction, Hu Tao?
Of course. I'm also a guide of sorts, you know. So naturally, I also have a great sense of
Makes
direction.
sense.
But speaking of your friend,
What about him?
he doesn't get out much, does he?
No, he does not.
No wonder. He was stiff as a board and way too polite.
He was only here for half
Aw.
a day. I'm pretty sure he is the only one who would consider
That makes me
to
so
be a
sad.
vacation.
I know he was probably like satisfied with that, but I feel so bad for him.
Oh? This gentleman you speak of must keep a demanding schedule.
I'm sure he does. You didn't see him, but he was dressed like he was about to attend some important
Always is.
meeting. It wasn't anything like what someone would wear on vacation.
Is that so?
Wait, you didn't see him, Zhongli?
Unfortunately, no. At the time, it appeared as if Director Hu and Miss Furina were having quite the productive conversation. I know matters of business can take much discussion, so I decided to fetch some tea for them.
Aww.
What a shame. That gentleman seemed like a sophisticated guy. I actually think you two would have hit it off.
You probably would have a lot in common.
Is that so?
Oh, judging by how Zhongli is acting and taking into consideration Neuvillotte's true identity, could Zhongli have been avoiding him on purpose? Oh, I see. It is what it is.
To borrow Miss Furina's turn of phrase, perhaps it just wasn't meant to be.
Well, with the traveler around, I'm sure you'll have a chance to get to know each other at some point.
That's right. She's got more friends than she knows what to do with.
I have a certain charm about me.
Oh, that's certainly true. Oh, that reminds me. If you get the chance, you should try and talk to Neuvillette into loosening up a bit.
I will
Just tell him
try.
The Palais Mermonia isn't going to fall apart if he disappears for a few days. He can fill out a leave of absence request. He'd have to approve it himself since he handles that sort of thing now, but you know what I mean.
That does make sense.
Like this gentleman is also in charge of something pretty important.
Oh yeah, just Olive Fontaine.
Yeah, sounds like a pretty uptight sort of guy, all right. In my experience, a leader needs to be able to roll with the punches. That also includes knowing when and what to prioritize. It seems like your friend still has a lot of growing to do.
If I remember correctly, he's
Yeah.
already several thousands of years old.
I don't know how much more growing he has left.
Oh? Traveler, Miss Furina.
Oh,
Those two
they made their way down the
individuals over there
mountain.
appear to recognize you.
Oh, it's Navia and Clorand.
We saw you all chatting over here, and we're wondering if we could join in.
Of course you can.
Please, excuse the interruption.
Oh, so polite. No apologies necessary. Any friend of the traveler and Miss Furina is a friend of mine. Ah, straight to the point. I like it. It's getting late. If we want to catch a boat back before dark, we should probably get going.
Why don't you guys stay?
Indeed. Then, Miss Furina,
Oh, yes?
when are you planning to head back? Do you need us to escort you?
Oh, I don't think that will be necessary. I mean, you're not my subordinate anymore.
Aw.
You don't need to look after me.
I didn't mean it that way. It's normal for friends to travel home together if they run into each other on the road.
There are a lot of mountainous roads in this area. I imagine they'll be even harder to navigate after dark. Exactly. Just like in those ghost stories. 8 paths converge in a wood. Beside them an old house is stood. If
Oh
you
my.
dare to go inside, not a soul will greet your eye.
Spooky.
But if you take a closer look, there may be something you
Poor
must
Furina.
a candle flickers to and fro, yet there is no wind to make it so. What is its secret?
Is this her audition for the horror movies?
This wood, where mystery screams.
My dear demoiselles, ladies, no, I mean,
Oh,
please take me with you.
Of course.
Furina.
Gotta say, Furina, you are really quite the character. By the way, did I hear you mention that Clorand used to work under you? Then you must have also been a leader at some
Ah,
point.
yes. Yes, she was.
Well, that's, all in the past now. Besides, being a leader is hard. It wasn't the right job for me.
Oh.
I prefer how things are now. I can come and go as I please, and get to enjoy the sweet taste of freedom.
I see. Well, you've certainly picked an apt place to relax. Chaoying Village is an exemplary choice.
Have you all had a good
Only
time?
the best. And I've learned a lot, too. Thank you so much, Miss Hu Tao and Mr. Zhongli.
It's fine. You've thanked us more than enough already. The next time you're in this neck of the woods, I'll treat you to some dim sum in the city.
Dim sum. Is that some kind of Liyue term for snacks or desserts?
They are a part of it. It's basically a table full of as much tea, sweets, and good company as you can manage.
Oh, so it's basically a tea party. Sounds
She's so down for that.
Make sure to order the winter melon cake and the lotus flower crisp. They're so sweet and delicious. Paimon
It'll be
knows you'll love
perfect
them.
for her.
Ooh, okay. I'll be looking forward to it then.
Wait, but didn't you guys say you were here on vacation?
No
Of
souvenirs?
course I am. I bought tons of fun things to bring home with me. A kite, a parasol, a little tin frog that jumps. Oh, and a stuffed toy of a mythical beast.
Oh, yeah?
Cora's the one who didn't buy anything for herself.
So all you're bringing back with you is that tea?
And some tea-flavored hard candies. They're for Shishu.
Tea and tea-flavored candy.
And isn't much of a shopaholic.
Well, one of us has to practice restraint.
Hey, I'm hardly reckless with my Mora. I'll have you know, all the purchases I made today were well within my budget.
And what about you, Furina?
Oh, well, I bought some tea, of course. I just had to try all the varieties
Aw.
recommended in the Steambird. Other than that, just some bits and bobs, you know. A little bit of this, little bit of that. They should all be things I can use,
Oh, gosh.
I think.
Oh, you fell for the marketing traps?
Now Paimon's even more confused. If you bought that much stuff, where did it all go?
Oh, actually.
Monsieur Neuvillette took them with him.
Oh, so that's what happened. Wait, what? Why did he take them?
Monsieur Neuvillette just saw the amount of bags we had.
Oh,
and
he's so
offered to take them back
nice.
for us. I felt a bit bad at first, but, I really did have a lot of stuff.
He even offered to deliver my gifts to the Fortress of Meripede for me once he's done with the day's work. Neuvillette is a man of his word. If he says he can do something, then he means it.
See, even Clorand was happy to take him up on his offer. If even his trusty subordinate agreed, then who was I to refuse?
Wow, he seems like a real gentleman. Maybe he's not as uptight as I thought.
He's doing his best.
If only the funeral parlor had an employee as thoughtful,
Oh my god.
proactive, and responsible as him. Right, Zhongli?
Oh,
Indeed.
oh no.
Ram said Neuvillette offered to deliver her gifts to Risley. So if we
Oh,
to
are we
the
gonna go
entrance
catch up
of
to
the
him?
Fortress of Meripede, maybe we'll run into Neuvillette.
Does the director have any concerns?
It just seemed like you were a bit preoccupied today, and much less talkative than usual. If you ask me, I'd say you're
Oh no.
crisis. You're getting to be around
Why
that
is she
age after
shading
all.
him so much?
Is that so?
Ugh.
I jest.
Look, it's Neuvillette. We lucked out.
It's our lucky day today, running into all of our Fontaine friends.
Oh, it's you. It has been some time since our last meeting. Few
Indeed.
people frequent this location. Since I was able to conclude my work early for the day, I
Oh,
thought I might take a walk and avail myself of this area's peace and quiet.
nice.
Early? Do you always work this late, Neuvillette?
Strictly speaking, that depends on the agenda for the day. I am hardly bereft of time, however, so working late is of little
Aw.
consequence to me.
Really? If you have so much time on your hands, then why did you only go to Chaoying Village for half a day?
First, I should clarify that I was referring to my lifespan, rather than the time at my disposal on any given day. Second, I was unaware you possessed knowledge of my trip to Chaoying Village.
We ran into quite a few people along the way. Did you deliver the gifts?
Yes, they have been safely delivered.
Of course they have.
I have to hand it to Clorand. Just a simple gift delivery, and she has the great and mighty Udex at her beck and call.
I was just passing through. It was merely an act of convenience.
All right. Then I hereby confirm receipt of the goods on behalf of the staff of the Fortress of Meripede.
A verbal receipt of confirmation? Is such a formality really necessary for a small matter such as this?
Guess not. This quantity of tea, though.
Oh
seems
no.
excessive for a gift, don't you think? Before you know it, they'll start accusing me of taking bribes.
Ah, about that. Much of that is my own excess. I'm afraid.
Oh,
Oh? Why?
I was gonna say,
What
did
happened?
he fall for the marketing
It was
trick?
buy 10 boxes, get half off.
No.
Ah,
How do
that
they keep
explains it.
scamming all these people?
Well, go ahead and leave them to me. I'll get through this stash as fast as I can.
You have my thanks. Oh, there's something else I'd like to give to you.
This is a stone slate, engraved with a symbolic design.
While that is an apt description, it is in actuality a legal codex.
A legal codex, huh?
Before the advent of modern writing utensils,
Interesting.
information was recorded on stone slabs such as this.
Okay.
Since ancient times, the scales of justice have symbolized the fairness and impartiality of judiciousness. As a tribute to that sentiment, this slate was designed after a traditional legal codex, and engraved with a symbol instead of text. During my travels recently, I chanced upon a roadside stall offering tourists the opportunity to try their hand at the ceramic arts. So I decided to have a go. We joked with Cloran some time ago about gifting you a codex.
That's so cute.
Here you go.
Ah, so that's what this is about.
I did not
That
expect
is
you to remember it
precious.
as well. In any case, I hope this can be considered as a reasonable attempt to join in on the banter.
This
It
is so
a very
adorable.
good attempt. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Even your sense of humor centers around the law. It's an impressive level of commitment. Well, a gift of this significance deserves to be put on display, and I know just the place. Front and center in the fortress's showroom.
Surely there's no need for such a grand gesture.
Just kidding. I don't have anything like a showroom, but we do have a storage room. We can put it next to all the mechanical parts Sijuin has collected.
That sounds good to me.
So that's what you were doing in Chaoying Village.
Indeed.
That is
Of course,
so
while I was
cute.
there, I also took the opportunity to taste
Oh,
the
yeah,
local
of course.
spring water. The aftertaste is much purer than what I have delivered to me in Fontaine. It stands to reason that the long-distance transport has a tendency to imbue the water with extraneous emotion.
Oh, no.
If you want to experience the true flavor, you simply have to go to the source. Perhaps I should organize some time off to do the same elsewhere.
As they say in Liyue, a balance between work and play is sure to keep your troubles at
Then we
bay.
are of the same mind. It appears my desire is
Yes,
justified.
please take a vacation.
Yes,
You
say
work too hard.
But you know you don't have to justify a vacation, right? After all, you're hardly bereft of time. You can do whatever you want.
You're quite right. I suppose I suffer not from a lack of opportunity, but rather a lack of inspiration. However, after reading a few articles about Liyue's holiday traditions, the idea popped into my head and made itself quite at
Aw.
home. Seeing as I was free of responsibilities for the morning, I decided to depart at once.
How was it?
Refreshing. My spontaneous outing seemed to inspire quite a few other spontaneous decisions as well. Take, for example, my
This is so
foray into
cute.
ceramics. At first, soil from the ground is granular and unforgiving, but add the right amount of water, and it becomes soft, moldable, and able to take shape. In the past, I never thought about how quotidian vessels were crafted. But now, I have participated in their very making. This is also something I made today.
What did he make? Oh! That's a ladle!
That's a ladle? Paimon thought it was supposed to be some long-necked sea creature.
That was indeed one of my inspirations.
It's amazing!
You like it?
Yeah.
To tell you the truth, given your unexpected arrival,
My
I
heart!
find myself quite
Oh my
unequipped to give you
gosh,
the welcome
this
you
is
deserve.
so cute.
Around such an important holiday such as this, human custom would dictate that gifts should be in order. But I'm afraid this is all I can offer.
Can I really
If you
keep
had- That is
this?
precisely why it would do me such a great honor if you accepted.
Then I
You
accept.
are most welcome. Happy Lantern Rite.
Happy Lantern Rite.
Approve a leave of absence request for myself. That sounds like it could easily lead to a vicious cycle of self-indulgence.
Oh no.
Something which couldn't be in further violation of protocol. But I suppose I understand her point. My proclivity to refrain from personal outings does, in part, originate from a sense of responsibility toward my duties. But it is also due to a lack of desire to engage in the human world. But now I see that the human world is indeed full of many interesting places to discover.
I could have told you that. Well, that was quite the adorable end to Lantern Rite. Honestly, it's so sweet. My heart is just melting over Nouvelette's little vacation. I just think that's so adorable. And I love that Furina has hired Hu Tao for her horror movie. I think that is perfect. So I really enjoyed this Lantern Rite. I thought this was a great little side quest to end it today. So I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you had fun. I hope you had a wonderful Lantern Rite, and I will see y'all next time. Bye everybody!